Hey everybody, this is David Branderhorst, and in this video we're going to be talking about why entrepreneurs feel discouraged. Now, before we get started, if you could hit that like and subscribe button to be notified of future content, we would greatly appreciate it. Now, it's something that I hear all the time from entrepreneurs who are getting started and building their business. So, why aren't people buying my stuff? I created this product, I put it out there, I created an order form and a sales page, I've been posting about it on social media, and it just seems like no one is buying. I don't know why, what's going on? And, then what inevitably happens is that the person starts to feel discouraged and they start to question themselves. They start to think, hey, do people just not like what I created? Is this not any good? Do they not like me? Is this something that I'm just not gifted for? Do I not have the skill and the ability to do these things? In reality, many of them even walk away. I see it all the time. People will get really excited about putting together an idea and marketing an idea, and they'll be hot after it for a few weeks. Then they quit and they walk away and they give up, and we don't hear from them again for a long period of time. In this light, I'd like to share a few short little ideas and stories here with you that I think will help. Now, many of you have probably heard of Sir James Dyson. He is the inventor of the Dyson vacuum, which we've all seen commercials of. Many of you maybe even own one of his vacuum cleaners. But are you aware that Sir James Dyson attempted 5,126 vacuum designs before he got a working design that led to the Dyson vacuums that we are now seeing today? 5,126 attempts. Alexander Graham Bell spent an entire decade struggling to get his idea off the ground for the telephone and had to fight through tons of bureaucracy, tons of legal challenges just to even get the idea for a phone off the ground. An entire decade of his life was spent fighting, not seemingly making any progress, not getting anywhere, just seemingly going in endless loops before he actually could get things moving forward. Albert Einstein couldn't even speak until the age of 4. He failed the entrance exam at the age of 16 to even get into the Swiss Federal Polytechnic School. I mean, he failed it, couldn't even get in. He almost even dropped out of college, and he had to spend time, several years, working as an insurance agent and then eventually as a patent clerk before he finally found his place in the world of mathematics and physics. I mean, this guy had to take a long roundabout loop to even get to where he was trying to go. He had all sorts of things that weren't going his way. It did not look good for him for a very long time. He was struggling to find his place in the world, but he didn't give up. He just kept pressing forward and he kept going. Now, the problem is that too often we think our story is going to be different from all these other stories. We think that we're going to press a few buttons, we're going to write a few words, and bam, we're going to have success. And the world is going to be a happy, glorious place. We're going to have lots of money coming in. We're going to have lots of people buying our stuff. We're just going to be having all sorts of success. And the reality of it is that's rarely how things work. But because we have this perspective that it should just be easy, click a few buttons, type a few words, and then when it doesn't quite work out that way, we tend to get discouraged. And the reason for that is there's a simple formula for this in your life. And if you think about it, as happiness is when your expectations meet reality. In other words, if you have an expectation for something to be a certain way in your life and your reality meets those expectations, that's when you find happiness. But if you're in a situation where that does not happen, where your expectations are here and reality is here, that's when your discouragement sets in, because you have this expectation that, oh man, this is going to be easy, it's going to be great, everything's going to flow and go just amazingly well. And in reality, and then hits and you didn't experience that. Things didn't go that way. You did not have smooth sailing. You did not have everything rolling and going your way on a very easy, smooth path. You encountered obstacles. You encountered challenges. Things didn't go the way that you planned. You didn't just have customers buying your offer left and right out of the blue. And all of a sudden you're sitting there going, man, this is great. I have insane success just falling out of the heavens right into my lap. That's typically not how it works. So the way that you can fight your discouragement is you can either change your expectations or you can change your current circumstances. And one of the best ways to do this, especially as you're getting started out on your entrepreneurial journey and you're working through these things, is to manage your expectations. That's one of the big things. To go into this understanding that the journey to success isn't without obstacles. It isn't without bumps in the road. And you have to mentally prepare yourself for those bumps in the road. You have to commit yourself to overcoming those bumps in the road and not give up on your plan. You may have to make adjustments to your plan, just like those that James Dyson had to do with those vacuum cleaner designs. I mean, have you tried 5,000 designs of your funnel? Have you tried 5,000 different ways to market your offer? Probably not. Have you spent a decade working on it, like Alexander Graham Bell had to do to get his phone idea out there? Probably not. Most people I know actually quit after a few short weeks. They'll try it for a little while, and then if it doesn't go and take off in a few weeks, they're out. All of a sudden you don't hear from them anymore. And it breaks my heart and it makes me very sad. So I want you to take away from this is you need to manage your expectations. You need to understand that success usually 99.9% of the time doesn't just fall into your lap. It doesn't just happen. It takes work. It takes some struggle. It takes fighting through challenges. And unless you're willing to do that, you're probably going to get discouraged very easily and give up very easily. And that's really the shame. That's the crime here in all of this, is that the thing that you have in your heart to do, the business that you have in your mind to create, never happens because you give up, because you had this expectation that things were going to be easy. So set yourself up for the journey and understand that you're not unique because you're struggling, that you're not different because things didn't just go perfectly. No, you're normal. This is the process. This is the journey. This is why you need to fortify yourself with people around you who can support you, who can encourage you, who can help you, and who will stand by you and help you keep going, who will give you new ideas, who will give you encouragement to help you in your journey. And that is where that is so critical, because if you have those people in your life, the odds of you staying in the game and continuing to fight and push forward are significantly higher, which then in turn means your odds for success also grow up dramatically. So hopefully that's helpful for you. I hope that this makes a difference for you in your entrepreneurial journey. If you have questions or comments, please leave them below. We're happy to help you in any other way that we can. Otherwise, I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.